Check, 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 check. What? Checking. Checking, check. Okay. Good evening, whoever's watching this. Welcome to my live stream of my color grading session of my short film Missing, of the short film I worked on Missing. I was the director for this project. If you don't know, my name is John DeMarco. It's a pleasure to have you guys here today watching this, hopefully, if you are. If you're not, I'm the only one watching it so far because I'm monitoring my chat. Yes, I am. So here we go. I've been working on this short for about a good couple months now. Just, since, well, we filmed this in what, April 5th and 6th. And yeah, so it's been over a month since I got this. I started editing in April, and I got through the cut. This is about a 22-minute film right now. We're looking at basically the movie itself. It's not done yet. We have some visual effects to do. We have some not just visual effects, but like also sound design that will be worked on. I don't know if I'm doing. I don't think I'm trying not to do that. So I didn't want to do color correction because I'm not a colorist per se. So, just doing this myself has been very like kind of therapeutic in a sense. So, yep, we're just gonna go through the motions and see how this goes and see what can happen today. So nothing too worried. So we got again like my timeline on the top screen on the top corner here. If you're looking over here, and the program preview monitor in the other side right there. And then on this side, you're going to see my loop deck if I touch this at all, because I don't always use this. But again, let's get to it. If you're watching this and you want to see the stuff we're doing, just to give you a basic idea of what and how I was doing this. So this is the raw. We shot with ProRes RAW. So the ProRes RAW files are in here. And that is, if you go to, I'm going to shorten this a little bit. If you go to your effects controls and you go to source, I bought the Octopus, the Octopus Raw Studios, which was $100 for Premiere Pro. I'm a Premiere Pro person. I get that through my job, so I'm able to use that at home to do Premiere Pro. Cheers, by the way. This is a Rockstar Focus, my favorite Rockstar that they discontinued, sadly. But going back to Octopus Raw Studio, this allows you basically complete control that you didn't have before in Apple ProRes RAW in Adobe Premiere. If you look at it before in an Apple ProRes RAW in Adobe Premiere, you're only able to basically change the gamma, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, so change the gamma of it. So like, I want to use S-Log3, and then change just the exposure, so you just change this stuff. Not even like the exposure of the ISO, but the exposure in the EV plus or minus. So that's all you could do. Two stops positive, two stops negative. So that's all it was at the time. Hey, Derek, how are you, man? Is that Derek? Yeah, I think that's Derek. Sorry, it's a little delayed, so if I apologize, I just saw your comment. Nice for you to join me. So welcome to my shitty ass video. But so yeah, getting back to Octopus Raw. I really like it. I won't lie to you. I thought about using DaVinci Resolve, but because of Apple ProRes RAW, I have to make Cinema DNG files. I have to make Cinema DNG files to convert, to then put that into DaVinci and then color that way. And I personally did not want to fuck with that. Pardon my French. Hey, hope you're doing well, by the way, Derek. I just saw the message back. But I didn't want to mess up the file flow of everything, because I don't really use DaVinci Resolve. I'm planning on, after this project is complete, just to give some preference and foresight of this, I am going to try DaVinci Resolve. My only problem with DaVinci Resolve is in the editing tab, and even just in general, you can't really change your workspace how I like to change my workspace in Premiere. So that's just a personal preference of me. So again, like, you use the editing software you like the best. To each their own. I'm not gonna like say, oh, Premiere's better or DaVinci's better. And even Final Cut to a certain extent has some better had better raw settings in Final Cut, obviously because it's Apple priority, than Premiere does. And again, you can't really use Apple ProRes RAW and DaVinci, and that you do DMG app. Super Resolve user here. Oh boy, I'm sorry. I'm upsetting you right now probably. So I apologize. But where was I? So the Cinema DNG, I don't want to use that personally. I used it with the old Blackmagic production camera. Thank you. So yeah, I used the Cinema DNG with the production studio camera, and it was terrible raw. It was just a pain in the ass. Lagged my system also. But overall, just shooting. I love actually shooting Apple ProRes RAW. I'm a big fan, but at the same time, I kind of just forgot my point here. But apparently with Sony, the FX line, you can now use, I think, I'm like 90% positive that you can use like a Blackmagic recorder, and technically through SDI, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually shoot Blackmagic RAW onto a Blackmagic recorder. So that's really nice to be able to do that now. But again, I don't want to buy another monitor that I don't need when I bought an Atomos Ninja. Specifically bought the Ninja, or even the Ninja Ultra. The Ninja Ultra specifically for doing camera to cloud stuff, because I really want to use a C2C workflow for the 48-hour film project last year, which we didn't get to use that much because, again, not thinking about Wi-Fi and being very blessed in having very fast fiber-ish like Wi-Fi in my house that's connected to me, that I have like over 500 up, 500 down, or even close to 1,000 up and down, depending on the day. It's not as fast when you go to someone's house, like some house that you've never been to before, and it's like 10 megabytes per second or whatever it is. So it's not really working in your favor when you're using C2C, and I didn't have a router or anything like that. Oh, it's still coming soon. Thank you. I didn't know. I've been trying to look for that online. The B-RAW to the FX3 and FX6. So the last video I saw was a few months ago, I believe, or like the Reddit page I saw for it was a few months ago. So I thought by that time now it would be up there. But thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. But anywho, let's get into it. This is the log footage from my FX6 with the Atomos Ninja with ProRes RAW. Originally we shot 800 because I like to shoot. I've shot 800 in this thing, so I brought the 800 down to 400. And this is something that's been bothering me. So I'm gonna explain this too. I guess I feel like I'm going all over the place here, and so I apologize. I don't really go live that much, and it's kind of like therapeutic just to talk about this too. When we did this, and when I got into the color grade, something that really messed me up was actually like I hear my friend in the back of my head just always going like, make everything balanced, everything has to be even, properly exposed, all this shit and yada yada yada. And literally for about a week straight, I was at a point where I didn't know what to do, because everything was throwing me off when I was trying to properly expose it. And I talked to another friend, and they were like, just do it to how you want to see fit, and then go back to the scopes or the waveform and those things and look at it that way, which is a lot easier for me to do, because in that respect, like, I can just do it how I see it and then double check my work, and if something's close to 0 or close to 100, then I can fix it that way. And that's a lot easier, I feel like, and a lot less pressure on yourself, in my personal opinion. Again, I don't often color. I just do a lot of LUTs on my stuff, so I'm trying my best here of doing things. So I did put LUTs on this, but I kind of okay. But yeah, here's the color in itself of correcting, I guess, the issues, or as best as I could. So I turned that on. That's what I have right here. And then right now for a grade, because it's a oneer, I made it a little bit darker because I want that a little bit of darkness to it. And I think the colors pop out kind of right now perfectly to me. Like, I tried to take some secondaries and like some other things, and it wasn't really working to my to what I wanted it to do. And it just felt like everything was getting really noisy. And like, yes, the blues look a little noisy if you like punch in here, but not as bad as when I tried to pull them out more and try to make it more blue or mer purple. Mer purple. That sounds funny. Um, so I'm trying my best. So this is where we're at. This is a oneer. So it's, again, I don't know where. Also, let me just mute all these because I have a shit ton of tracks of. Should have did that before I went live. Sorry. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like it's been a weird like personal like struggle of oneself also to like think, okay, do I want to pull out those purples more or do I want to pull out the greens more? But like I'm rewatching The Walking Dead also, and it's kind of not like it doesn't have those like really bright pulling out colors and stuff like that. There are muted colors, I feel like, in The Walking Dead, a lot more muted colors than bold colors like the purple heater and the red on top and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just feel like less is more in this scenario. Like there is one part where I'll show you later in this video where so I'll explain now, is we were trying to chase the sun while also trying to save the sun, and if that makes sense. Like we were trying to because the movie takes place during daytime, as you see here, and the day transitions to night. So we were having this trouble of trying to get the like chasing that twilight to nighttime, and like the scene kind of ended, and we were kind of like we ran like I guess we kind of fudged up our own time, and it got really dark. So I'm working on some one part that I'll show again later on, but I'm going through this. I just want to show you where I'm at, how my headspace is. So yeah, we got this one again. I think it's fine. All this stuff is looking pretty decent to me. Again, I will check my scopes and everything and levels and whatnot, which I understand. Like I guess scopes in a sense, I should say more or less. I'm checking my waveform more because scopes. I don't know, maybe because I don't color much. Do I have to like keep it like I feel like the skin tones look decent enough for me that I don't need to touch them that much, and like there's also like these colors right here are very close to skin tones, so I don't think it. I feel like if I start taking or it, I don't know. I just don't know how to explain that where I can try to like. Again, the skin tone of someone else. Again, they have the makeup on them. They look a little dirty. They look a little dusty and all that stuff. So we're just shooting. I mean, I'm just trying. I think I'm just trying to stay where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at. I think that's what I have to understand. I have to understand. Starring S-Log 3 Gamut. Yes. The S-Log 3 Cine. S Gamut 3 Cine. So the conversion LUT I'm using was. Excuse me. Let me go back to this. In my Lumetrees, if I go to basic correction, I was using the Phantom LUTs, which are the neutral FX6-_65X LUT. So that's what I was using for my conversion LUT, I believe, if that's not mistaken. It's really interesting also because I'm watching this on my iPhone, and on my iPhone, it looks a little bit more purple on the corner and where we see the program monitor. But like if you're looking at it on my actual computer, again, my computer's probably not calibrated to these things. And again, I'm gonna look at the scopes and all that stuff, the waveform and the wave parades and all that stuff after the fact of color grading. I just want to get to where I want to be. And then on top of that, the grade. This is the grade, which I did. This is that. And then I did a little bit of tweaking on top of that, just to, as you see, is bright. Then I brought it down a little bit. Just wanted to bring that down. If you're watching still, Derek. So I will continue until I see a response from you, or and if you're watching this and anyone else is watching this too, we shot So we shot in my first time using anamorphic lenses. So this shot in the beginning too is spherical lens, while this shot is anamorphic. This is anamorphic. This is anamorphic. That is, oh my god, I'm blanking out. I think anamorphic as well too. I think this whole part of, oh yeah, sorry. So this opening scene, yes, is spherical. Then once we get to this part of the scene, it is oh, okay. Yeah, ton of info. Thank you. I appreciate that. But long comments are welcomed as well too. So do not feel I am here to learn as well. That's, I think, the most important thing for me is like just showing this to people to see if what I can learn from this and trying my best. I'm not saying I can get it correctly or we'll get it right away, but if I can learn to understand what to do next time better, that's the most important thing to me as well. So yeah, this whole section right here is anamorphic. Basically from here on out, it's all anamorphic. And then we go back to spherical once we get to this. That is a temporary graphic for the title. So in this grade, so I was trying to darken this and try to keep like his face a little bit lighter so we can see it more and it stands out more. I'm still working on this. But right now I have where is it? I have a mask on his face, and I try to feather it out to make it at least work. So if I do that, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, if I'm doing this right or wrong, but I feel like it's working in that respect. You can stop me and tell me and say no. I'm just working along this. Where was I? Yeah. So if I do, again, another mask on his face as well, if I'm not mistaken. No, I did not put a mask on this face. This looked decently to me. And then I'm just going through everything. Just haven't watched this in a while. I did a mask path as well. Let me fix that in there. Okay, then. Oh, wrong one. Let's see, this is that. So I think it worked for this one better because it looks like. There's a lot I'm trying to understand. I feel like I know, like it. Through all this. This is really fun. We shot this in Mount Charleston. If anyone cares, we shot this at the Blue Tent group camp, which was a dispersal pack in pack out campsite. So this was actually, no one was there that weekend except Sunday when we shot, but it was very rare and few. I think I had to fix this one a little bit, right? Because this, fix the feather on that. Oh, wrong way. Let me expand the mask in a little bit more, and then. No, I want to do there maybe. Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm just trying to concentrate as well at the same time. Let me just make sure that's there. Whoa, did not mean to do that. Oh, just burped into my mic. That was gross. Sorry. I feel like this is helping do something. Like I think maybe I'm just too biased to this, but like, or maybe it just I've been looking at this so much that to me, when you take away like the mask, right? If you take away this is the mask without it, take that away, it's darker. But when we put that mask on, we get kind of just that. I'm trying to go subtle with it, where just give a little bit more, like them standing out a little bit more in that respect. So hopefully that works better. I think it does. But then again, that's me. I'm watching this, watching it like a million times. I'm not gonna lie. Even like I was pretty impressed with the tracking feature on Premiere. I thought it would be a little bit worse, but it's actually not that bad. It did pretty good on the face here. Oh, right there. Never mind. I spoke too soon. It's the it does look better than without the mask. Why is my brain not processing that correctly? It does look better than. So you're saying you like it without the mask? No, wait. You're saying it looks better with the. Wow, my brain cannot process right now that it looks better. It does look better than. Oh, so you're saying the mask. Oh, yep. Thank you. Okay, making his face masking the face looks. I cannot speak. Masking his face makes it look better. Thank you. Okay, cool. Oh, this was the last one I was on. Okay, so I'm back to this one. Okay, clear this in now. So I didn't. This is where I left off. So this was the last one I did before I haven't done anything lately. So let me see this. Okay, so is that. Do I have a shot that's like that? Let me just take this for now. Copy this. I'm trying to copy. I know it's kind of being a little lazy to copy and paste it, but it's been a little bit helpful for me. Oh, what the fuck? Copy, paste that attribute, and then I'll just retrack everything. Whoa. That looks a little darker too. So crap. Expansion of the mat. That's what I need to do. Okay. Doing this. And doing this. And then let me go around here to Lumetri. And let me. Ah, my computer's lagging a little bit. No. If I invert that. nope, that's not what I wanted. But that looks. Yeah, yeah. The resolve switch has been a ongoing. Do I want to do that or do I not want to do that? And I don't know if you heard me. You probably heard me earlier in the live stream. My problem with that is because I can do this to my workspace, and I can't do that in Resolve like that, where I like everything kind of like this because I like to have my timeline big, as you see here. If you as you see over here, and like having certain things in specific areas, and that's just how I like to edit because it's just how I do it. I can't go into Resolve not knowing I can't do those things, and that kind of yeah. The layout is the biggest problem for me, and if they and I've told them this at NAB every year. I'm like, when are you guys gonna let us like change the layout, like allow us access to change it to do it the way we want to do it? Because I feel like how can any I know it feels like you're forcing us into a layout that we don't like not everyone wants to work with, and that's my biggest gripe with it. So um, if again, I am gonna give the real college try next time on that because I do really do want to. I love the idea of like camera to cloud and like you know flow in the sense of like working on projects with other people and being able to like doing that cloud editing in a sense or whatever it is they have the shared project thing they do in DaVinci. I'm blanking on the name. I apologize, but like yeah, I think it's more or less that if the layout just changes, I'd be happy and I'd be like, okay, I would really give this a world class shot, but I'm always timid to do that. That's my biggest. Again, I feel like I'm on my soapbox here, and yeah. Let me see. Okay, so okay. Oh, you can see the feather. Okay, birds of a feather flock together. As you can definitely see that. Okay, mask. Oh, don't need to do that. Expansion. I did that. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that later, and then let me see this one. Yeah, yeah. I guess like I said, I'll check it out and I'll see what you mean by like the pop out the windows and see all that stuff and how I see it. I mean, also, I mean, maybe do I need like a third monitor to like kind of get that correct? I mean, that's just me kind of like going guessing from that. Like, will I need a third window to be happy then with like the opportunity to do pulling out bins like that and expanding the timeline like that? I guess. And but then again, I don't think Resolve lets you do um, a third window as well. Um, I wish they would move to a window based. I mean, again, like I'm speaking and repeating myself a million times, and I apologize. But if they did, I'd be very happy if they moved to that window based layout, or just thought about that. Like, I mean, shit. Like, I think a lot more people would switch. Okay, so there's the mask. Don't want that there. Gotta get rid of that thing. Mask path, and then let me still work on this. Oh, wrong one. Color, basic, exposure. It's over here a little bit. Okay. Now I will track this and we will see how this goes. No, in the third layout, but again, Damn you, Resolve. And let them. Can they just also add ProRes RAW to DaVinci, please? Like, and make my life a little easier. Like, goddamn Cinema DNGs. But also, I don't know if you tried this, Derek, at all, but have you tried doing the RAW for Sony, like in DaVinci, without using like a RAW format? It's like that fake RAW, I guess, style of. We're gonna change the exposure, I believe, and the like the color temperature and stuff like that. It's kind of a raw setting, like a very loosely raw. So this is gonna take some time. I'm trying to track right now the clip, but actually I might hold on. I'm gonna stop that real quick because I'm gonna try to do the in and out of that instead. That might be easier. In and then the out layer is there. It's out, and then let's do this again. Let's run that again. I might also make a clip there, and then we'll just go there. Oh, it was doing it. Oh shit. Well, fucking A. Well, I don't think it was right anyway. It's not what I want. Okay, let me fix that again. Let's try that again. So I'm like holding this up because I can't read. No, not through Catalyst. Actually, through DaVinci, you can take the XAVC and put it into Resolve, and you can manipulate it that way in the RAW tab, if I'm not mistaken. There's a video online. I believe it's from Cam Mackey, who did a video on this, and he said it's not like raw, but it's like a light raw it's a while since I saw it, so I might be misquoting him, but it's like a very like raw type of thing. But I know what you mean by Oh, I didn't have to run through Catalyst first. I did it just without Catalyst. Unless they changed that recently, but I just tried it without going through Catalyst, and I just put it into Resolve that way, and I did it. Okay. We are almost there. I think it expanded my mask a little bit, so I might have to refix some stuff. All right, so it did it. Oh, perfect. Lance did not move at all. So watch that. That's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with Jesus Christmas. That is a night and day difference. Okay, let's go back to Mark Vanis's clip here. In, out. I mean, it doesn't seem like a crazy. I mean, it's not. I've seen like videos of the workflow from ProRes RAW to Cinema DNG. It's just like, do I want? I guess me being cheap in a sense is like, do I want to just have more space accumulated that I didn't need to do in that respect. Like, again, because it's gonna like make my files even bigger, right? If I obviously go from ProRes RAW to Cinema DNG, so like now I have like to find more space and buy another hard drive when I'm Ugh. Cinema DNG also was like the most. I had an iMac from like 2011, and I used a Blackmagic Production 4K camera with the Cinema DNG RAW uh, stuff. Um, Running that on my on my iMac was just chugging. Like, it was bad. That iMac was not set up for success in the sense of, even though it was a tricked out iMac, that was an iMac that I bought the wrong time, because at that time I believe when I bought it, like we were getting into a space of like um going into from 1080 to 4K. So basically, like me doing any 4K type of stuff, it was just like was a pain. Yeah, yeah, they were terrible. But oh, sorry, hold on. It's gonna be huge unless they're doing a feature that gets distribution. Yeah, I'm not getting distribution for this short. This is just gonna go on the festival circuit and most likely go on YouTube. So I mean, again, it was my second chance of using. I wanted to use ProRes RAW again because for the 48-hour film festival, I shot ProRes RAW for that as well. Because I just bought that, and again going to that Camera Cloud workflow just to test it out. When I shot 12,800 on my FX6, when you look at the raw files on that, there was light in there, but the noise was the image was so noisy and it made no sense to me. And then I had my FX6 for now a little over a year, and I finally understand like Cine EI and how it benefits me, because it's something that kind of like blows my like not blows my head, but like kind of like just kind of spun my head, right? Because it's just a different way of thinking. And in that respect, like too, I'm like, I thought 12,800, because again the sun was going down when we shot that 12,800 scene, but this light was coming through the door. It was there, like you can see it in the waveform. It was maybe it was a little underexposed, but it's still noisy as shit. And I was like, wait, this makes no sense. So ever since then, I've been trying to figure out how to get that correct. And I've been shooting a lot more 800 on my Sony FX6, and this is mostly shot at 800 right now. What we're seeing, and even that, like I'm now a big proponent when I do that. I'm trying to learn the EL zone with the exposure. I didn't DP this. I was just the director on this. So for what I learned, if I may back up a little bit, what I learned just through some testing of not using the EL zone, how I do my Cine EI was I monitor. So in my camera on my viewfinder, I monitor the gain or the ISO because again you have the three gain stages in the sense of like high, medium, low. So I have 800, 400, and 200 on those. So a medium is 400, low is 200, and high is 800. Correct? But weirdly enough, maybe I did a weird setting, so apologize. I might have to play around with this some more. When you go raw from the camera to the Atmos on the FX6, the in Apple ProRes RAW, you don't see like what your LUT is in a sense. Like, you know how you have the monitor LUT technically if it's on, and even if it's on SDI, HDMI, it won't be shown on the RAW file on your Atmos. So in general, you're going to see 800 the whole time. So I was shooting a project, and we were using like work lights, right? So a lot of them were just 40-watt bulbs, 2700 Kelvin, and I knew like, okay, I have the 800 on this. I can look at my waveform there, but I also just had 400 on my monitor on the viewfinder of the FX6, and through that, I was seeing the exposure I really wanted, and it looked really good. And even when we brought that into, I brought that into Apple Final Cut, because at the time I didn't have this octopus yet for for Premiere. Just even going down to ISO 250, it looked really cool and really nice and dark, and how I wanted it. So like, it was a nice play knowing that I had even 400 to 250 that I could hover around to if I really want to pull the image down in post, if that makes sense. EL Zone and all that stuff. I'm still. Sometimes it just confuses the shit out of me in the sense of like I don't know, I think the EL Zone I'm still trying to learn. I try to learn that as best as I can. False color just kind of fudges with me, because again, like, false color is different on every monitor. I know I should be using the EL Zone to properly expose stuff, but sometimes I just go off of like what my eye wants, and I know that's not the best thing to do. So in that respect, I'm trying to get better every fucking day I do this stuff. So every time I do something, I try to do the best I can. And yes, the old Intel Max or iMacs or dog shit, and even the MacBook Pros from that shit. Oh, wrong thing. So where's that mask path? Okay. So that goes there. Okay, I fixed that. That's why I did it wrong. Okay, and then let's do. It's kind of funny too if you look at like the FX, because we have an FX3 where I work, and like at work that we don't use Cine EI because there's a lot of people that wouldn't know how to use it properly, and it might get confusing to some people because it's a different headspace of thinking, right? So we use flexible ISO, but I told someone at work, I'm like, yeah, the FX6 doesn't, the flexible ISO doesn't work the same way as the flexible ISO on the FX3, and I showed him like it makes I don't like flexible ISO, but it looks fine as is. I guess maybe I'm just so used to Cine EI now, and like, I mean, again, you can still get the S-Log3 that you want and stuff like that. So I don't know, but again, the weird thing about the flexible ISO on the FX6 is like you have your high bass and your low bass and your high bass, so you have to pick one. And no matter what, you can't go over 800, or you can't go over 12,800 on those, but you can go below that. And then custom just makes you go to like high or low bass, and then you can do the S Cinetone on that. I know I use Cine EI. I'm not the person that it's not my doing. I can't fudge with the cameras like that. Like, we use Cine EI for our FS7s, but we use flexible. I'm not the person who's the producer on that show, so I can't do that. Yeah. Oh, geez, that did not work in my favor. Oh, why is that so much? Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is way bad. Why is that all over the place? Is it the feather? Oh. Let's not do that. Okay. Let me try this again. That was not good. Okay. Where's that coming from? Oh, that makes sense. Hello. I think I doubled that up. Yeah, I would love to touch a Burano actually. Like if I had a bunch of money in my life and like I was able to I mean I love my FX6 so I'm not going anywhere buying a new camera, but like if you ask me like in a handful of years um if you ask me in a handful of years what camera would I love to upgrade to, the Burano would be a nice upgrade cuz I know they discontinued the FX9 which I mean like yeah, that's fun to know. Oh, I did that twice. I messed up. But yeah. Also, I mean, Red has great color science though too, and even now with Nikon, it's gonna be very interesting partnership to see. I just find it fun. I do find it funny though that Red sued Nikon like a year ago, and then Nikon buys Red. So that's just I thought it was funny. No, come on. There we go. I'm trying to get rid of these. So apparently there's extra. Aha. Okay, now we can. So there, and then okay, and then I can. Now I'm gonna track that better. Yeah, I was never a Sony person also, but like just I don't know, like I want to yeah, they are some extra diamonds that I did not know I had. But yeah, I wasn't a Sony guy either, and then I wanted to buy a Komodo at the time. I was saving up for that. But because I was like, okay, like because I work, right, in a Sony house of doing not just I mean we have other cameras, but like primarily we want to get the FX6 at work. And I was like, well, let me buy an FX6 so I can understand it more and like just understand the process of it. Because if I can do that, then I'm ahead of the game when we get FX6s into the building. Or using the FX3, I can understand that more and better. So that's why I went with a Sony. Um, yeah, because I feel like I've been burned. Personally, I just feel like I've been burned with Blackmagic every time. Like, there's something about it that just makes me feel like every year. I mean, I feel like they're the Apple of cameras, of a camera company. I mean, they're not just a camera company, but like in a product company, I feel like they're in their camera division. I feel like they're an Apple of cameras, because I feel like once you see, I knew as soon as I saw Pixis 6K come out last year, I knew in 6 months to a year there would be a new Pixis in NAB next year, and I just knew like that was gonna happen because I'm like it's nothing new. Like the Blackmagic Pocket 6K camera, the first version, the Super 35 version, like literally 11 months to like a year or a year later, I think the 6K Pro came out. It was like what the hell? Like, okay, like why didn't you? It's just it's slightly annoying. Like, and I mean the Pixis is nice, and then like okay, so then you come out with like last year you come up with the 12K Ursa 12K new version, right? The Cine version. But then you're like, well, let's make a 12K Pixis. I know it doesn't have the same specs in the sense of like frame rates that you can do, but I feel like you're kind of like um basically cannibalizing your cameras in that sense. Like you're saying the churn, right? Like you're cannibalizing. Like why buy a 12K Ursa then if you're gonna make a 12K Pixis, which is a little bit cheaper? And I also knew like when the Ursa 12K original one came out and they had it was 12K for 12K, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. In like 6 months to a year, it went from 12K to $6,000. And when the Ursa 12K came out for $14,000, I knew again, just in my headspace of knowing what Blackmagic does, they're gonna cut that in half. And sure enough, I knew that was coming. So I don't know. I would I would like to try the cameras now because it's been so long since I actually used one, and But again, too, they still have the same issues that they've been having since I had a camera. Like there's still fixed noise pattern on these cameras. Um, yeah, thank you. That was total BS. Um, like they still have the fixed noise pattern. They're still like not like great low light camera. I understand they're production studio cameras. You want to have, you know, uh, you want to have that reliability as you're saying, but also like you want to have like it took them this long to make a box camera too. But again, people were complaining that there's no box camera, but the Ursa technically Ursa in a sense is not a box, but it was a box. It was a longer box, but it was a box. Like it was in a small box what people wanted. It gave you a box and a body that would I don't know. I mean, yeah, I like small cameras, but also I like bigger cameras that I can rig out bigger. Because again, no matter what people do too, it's like it's so funny because people are like, I want a smaller camera, but you still need to rig out that mofo. You still need to like go, oh, I need to grow this camera. I need to put a shoulder rig on here. Or I need to like put a Ronin on here. You're still growing a camera out. Oh, I need to put this on this V-mount battery now on there, but plus this time code thing, plus this and plus that. So you're no matter what you do, like the biggest thing for me when I got the FX6 is I knew I needed to buy accessories. Because again, I think what burned me too is like I bought that 4K camera thinking, oh, it's got a 90-minute battery. I don't really, okay, I got this, but I need to buy, oh, this now. So it like instead of like at the time I think it was 3,000 that 4K camera. Like it was another 3,000 added on accessories I need for that camera as well. So again, it's always like, yeah, Blackmagic is cheaper, but at the same time, you almost double what you need in accessories. I feel like sometimes, depending on that. But I don't know. That's just me and my headspace of that. Wait, is this still on? Oh no. Oh, the mask path is still on there. Perfect. Oh, because it's raw? Okay, so let me just figure. Okay, that. Oh, that makes sense. Hello. That's why there's two on there. Interesting. Okay. That's what you have to do. Okay, so you have to cut that. Okay, and then let's go here. Move this over a tad. Yes, no one ever thinks about the accessories. I've learned that so much through my almost, how many years I've been doing video production, like especially like post college of learning all that stuff too. It's like it's just ridiculous of like the accessories you need, and then you want to buy more new accessories, or better accessories to upgrade your accessories. So it's kind of always like that. What do I need to add to this to make this better, and what do I need to do to make this better? It's luckily I didn't need to buy that many accessories for the FX6. I had to buy accessories, but not as many as I thought, because again, they're universal accessories in the sense of like a shoulder rig pad that can go for any camera. Oh, handles for that shoulder rig pad that can go to any camera. So like, luckily, like next camera, whenever that is, not soon, I can use those same accessories at least for the next camera. So I'm not buying a whole new batch of accessories. Thankfully, and if I need to rent something, I can at least use those accessories for the rentable camera. There is the core accessories and then the camera specific ones. It That's why I'm trying to lean to more core accessories that don't need camera specific ones. But that's tough sometimes because you need the camera specific ones. Okay, so there's this. Not gonna lie, I'm learning a lot about masking. I have no patience to do a lot of this stuff sometimes. So just doing this in general has been very like all new to me. And like whenever people do visual effects, I tell people like you're a saint because you have patience. I have no patience. I want to get shit done a lot of times like right away. I mean, I know I need patience. I can have patience on set, but like when it comes to like color correction or sound design, I just want to like I want or like in visual effects, I just want it now. Like I need it now. I don't want to like wait for some things. But like this is like a slow and steady process of me trying to get correctly, trying to do the best I can as a non-colorist, color grading a film. So yeah. So that goes there. Okay, so that starts there. Mask path. Have you looked into any new AI making tool? You know, I don't know. I have to look at the AI tools in Premiere again. I think they just added that generative what was it, like that generative extension one. I know they're working on a secondary. I think they're working on like a masking one, like Power Windows, like DaVinci. Uh, don't hold me to this because I don't always keep up with updates. Sometimes I know we talk about this I talk about with the guys at work, but I haven't really I haven't really looked into it that much, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing the old slow and steady race, and also this computer's a little bit older too, so it's not, even though the progress bar is moving faster. Um, it probably would be faster if I had an upgraded graphics card or an upgraded CPU. I mean, I do have a M4 Mac Pro that I haven't like been using to like work on this yet as well. I mean, it's probably not like a speed issue, but it's also just me not knowing the new AI masking tools also, if there is any. So I did see the VO3. I did purchase for the month because it was free. The VO 2.5, and I did use it. I know it's not VO3, but I have to laugh because every time I prompted it something, and it did it all right because like for this I used it for this movie. So like there's the part where a teddy bear burns in the fire, right? And I just wanted to make like a little video of it just to see in general because we got the shot right. But I was like, teddy bear in fire, like burning in fire, campfire at night, campfire. I'm giving the prompts at what it needs to do. Again, I know it's VO 2.5, and it wasn't 3 because I'm not gonna pay $129 a month for that. No, not at the moment. There's no reason for that for me right now. Um, so when I did it, the first two, like, because it gives you two prompts, weren't bad, and then I try to in ChatGPT, when I use ChatGPT to make stuff or like talk to it in a sense, I was like I always add on to it, and it kind of understands who I am, in the sense of like especially for this movie, I have a big old prompt list of things where I was talking to it like, hey, what like if I did this, this, and this, like, hey, I want to make a poster of this. Can you add this, this, and this? It knows what I want to add and stuff like that. But going back to VO 2.5, I did that, and I was like, I want to see the bear burn and or the bear on top, like in the fire, because it wasn't in the fire. In the fire, it put the bear on top of the fire. It looked fake. It put the bear behind the fire. It was just like, oh shit, you were just VO3 also, and it's wild. I've seen the stuff, and I'm getting like, I've seen the like, I'm not a prompt thing, which is like which is the whole video stuff going on. Oh, you're just watching it, yeah. I saw some videos on it. I watched the AI, like the thing, the keynote about it. Um, it is wild, and I've seen some TikToks where it's like we're not like this is all AI right now, and that's kind of scary a little bit. But like I again I think because for me I don't need to use it in a sense because I don't want to pay the $129 a month until I get better at prompting, I guess, or I get better at like that task of like it understanding me. I believe it. I I believe it. One day I will use VO3, and but we'll get by that time it'll be VO like 4.5 or something like that, or VO5. Oh shit! I did not want to do that. Fudge. Can I fix this mask? Oh, wrong thing, wrong way. Expansion. Let's do that. I would like to try Sora, to be honest, and but I think my wife's going back to school for dental hygiene, so uh starting in August she won't be working full time anymore. She'll be just going to school. So like I think once she gets out of there, I'm gonna look into seeing what ChatGPT can do, like or what ChatGPT's pricing is. Again, I don't know off the top of my head, so I would like to look into Sora and try that as well too. I tried Dream Machine Luma Dream Luma Dream Machine before, which is pretty interesting. I think at one time you could have done 10 free videos, but now they are making you just do photos. So that sucks. But I mean, ChatGPT does a pretty good job with pictures. What I want picture wise, or like creating images. So I am curious to see Sora, and I know that's gonna get better as well too. And even VO3. Like I said, by the time she's probably out of school, will be VO4 or VO3.5. So I'm kind of curious of what's gonna happen. All right. Let me check this. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so I have to work on that feather a little bit. And then I have to redo that, I think, maybe. And then see how that looks without it. Is that gonna be okay if I do that? So I have to redo that now. Nope. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and then also, fun fact: this is all mostly natural lighting. Well, all of it's natural lighting. There is a 8x8 on the side over here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check this out. Grade off. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. In, out, and then. Where are you, mask? Aha. Shit. Yeah, sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just trying to think and wait. Do I? Is that gonna do? Okay, what if I did that and then let me take this off and start all over again? That sounded really ASMR-y. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, if I did that, let's progress. Goldie Wilson style. It's my middle name. You know, I have this loop deck and I barely use it. I'm like, I think I just have it for show, but just for the live stream. I've used it before, and now I'm not using it. But again, I'm not really doing like anything crazy right now to do anything like correction wise. I tweaked it a little bit earlier, but I don't know. I'm trying to do more things with watching any good movies lately. I just saw Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Did you? What? How about you? Did you watch that recently? Did you get to see it? Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible. If we have to rank Mission Impossibles, I think I have to like look at the list of Mission Impossibles, but I would go. There's 8 films, I would go. I like Ghost Protocol the best, so I go 4-1-6-5 7-8-2. Oh, and sorry, it'd be 4-1-6-5-3-7-8-2. Oh, oh, did you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, okay. Wait. What about seeing movies via streaming that are out already? Could you watch those movies if you're forbidden, or are you forbidden to see those too? You have to watch TV shows now. Oh, I got a dog barking at me. What? What do you want? What do you want? Oh my god! I got two dogs. Have you watched any good streaming shows lately? I stopped after season one, and after in between season 1 and 2, I was playing the game. Well, before season 2 came out, I played the games, and I know because I never played the games before, so I was playing the remasters on the PS5, and like I wasn't really too crazy. Oh, Andor, I haven't watched that either. I need to watch. I have a problem with it's like streaming shows. I can't do that much. I have to watch older shows because my wife has a different work schedule than me right now. So she works like basically 3:30 to 12 o'clock at night. So whenever we get to see each other, uh, yeah, we get to see each other. We're watching Modern Family, so that's like the one show we're kind of watching together. I know it's a little older. I never watched Modern Family till now, so yeah, that's the show we're watching, and I'm watching The Walking Dead when she's not home, just because I don't want to like watch a show and try to catch up together and all that stuff. But going back to the game of The Last of Us, yeah, two. I wasn't too like. I was kind of pissed a little bit to go to the Abby story because I was like, I don't give a shit about this girl. Like, isn't she the bad guy or bad person? I should say. Um, and more or less, it was like I kind of liked playing her because she had better gear layout than Ellie's character in the second one. Towards the second half, I was like, oh, I kind of like playing as her. Um, but yeah, that second game was kind of like okay. It wasn't like my favorite. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't that show. I just can't do like I after playing the game and going after and watching it after or playing after season one and playing the first game after season one, it's like they did miss a lot of things. But again, it's a show. How much are you supposed to put in like a 60-minute or 40 something minute show, really? But again, it's streaming. There should be no time limit to that. I really think the show would have benefited by actually having 10 episodes personally, because then at least you could add a little bit more of what they missed from the game and stuff. Maybe that's just my personal opinion on that. Um, but yeah, I think the I wasn't looking forward to season 2 of that show, sadly. So I have not watched that yet. Yeah, I know they're splitting season 2 up, so I didn't know where they're gonna stop. Like I personally, I mean, I know Joel. Okay, well, spoilers obviously, but I know Joel dies. I mean, he died in the second episode, I believe, in season 2. Okay, I watched that. I read that because of spoilers, but like I feel like there could have been a little bit more like like they could have told the story more linearly. Oh, Rookie. Okay, I remember that show. Yeah, I watched that. But going back to The Last of Us real quick. I think they could have did that more linear in a sense because I would rather see Joel die towards the end of like season 2 or the middle of it, and then kind of split season 2 or The Last of Us 2 into 3 parts maybe. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion because or something where they can figure out like what led up like you start with like the tension and shit like that, I guess, and then we get to like the whole yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking the whole thing, but still I feel like Joel should have died. They should have just kept Joel more at like season 2 and just fucking pardon my French. Should have just killed him at the end of season 2 instead of like in the second episode. I mean, it's oh good. I'm glad to know that someone else feels the same way about this. Oh, okay. And let's do this again. I wasn't a big Game of Thrones person. I tried to watch that 4 times, honestly. And each time I watched it, I got one episode further and I still couldn't get into it. Funny enough. So I only got to season 1, but I did watch all of season 8 because when that was out, my roommate, who I was my best friend, was a fan of it, so I'd watch it with him, and I'm like, this is like interesting show. Like, is the Battle of Winterfell? Is that no? That's not the whole episode where it's in complete darkness, or what episode was that? This. But I do need. Okay, wait, I need. I need 2 masks actually. Hmm. Did you see the Quasman YouTube video about that, or like kind of talking about why shows are darker now at all, or do you watch the Quasman, or I think he's the colorist, if I'm not mistaken. Um, he was talking about like how TVs are darker now, or how shows are darker because of like certain things, but I guess it's because of TVs. It's been a while since I saw that, so I apologize. But I don't know if you saw that his YouTube video about that. Okay, let's just do that. That was a fascinating watch because it's just knowing about like how the lumen values, right? It was the lumen values that were kind of like good, but because TVs are different now, or some I forgot what it was, but I have to watch that video. It's been a while. Can't we make like just monitors all equal? Can't all can't all monitors just be equal and have the same color temperature and color balance and all that shit, so it makes my life easier instead of buying more expensive monitors one day? All right, so I masked them to make them a little bit brighter, which made this darker, but I want to see what it looks like when we get there. Oh, that felt good. That was a good crack. Where's the other dog? Right? Make everyone's work easier. Oh my god. And also, let's just have one standard, like ASUS or ASUS, and that's it. That's it, just ASUS. But I'm not even using ASUS workflow. Yeah, I mean, isn't like is OLED, but is oh hold on, I'm getting barked at again. Isn't OLED though the newer technology? Isn't is micro LED or mini LED the other new technology as well? I I'm gonna try that Ace's workflow next time because I know I can do that in DaVinci. So, that's why I'm gonna go to try that out with DaVinci next time. DaVinci next time. So, um, going back to TVs real quick, like, so funny, kind. I think it's a funny story, but like, I was shooting Kevin and Winnie when we were in the editing process of it. Like, I played it on my TV, my monitor in my office, right? And I'm like, oh, it looks good. Then I'm like, well, let me play it in, uh, like downstairs and on a couple different TVs in my house. And so like my friend did the color for it and everything was fine, everything was like, leveled out, but weirdly enough, like in two of the TVs, one was a Samsung and one was a Vizio, it was super dark. And so I had to like kind of like, but it was weird because like in my monitor here and downstairs on the TV before we had it was another Samsung, so it was a different Samsung. um it was kind of fine, so I kind of fine-tuned it in a sense. I not fine tuned it, but I kind of like adjusted some things, and then it worked. It looked fine all around. So that was kind of strange, and that's kind of also annoying because like you have again a Samsung TV. Shouldn't all Samsung's TV like all Samsung like LED TVs be the same in that respect? Um, or like and yeah, I don't know, or maybe like is it based off of different modes that we're watching stuff on too? Because like I mean in that respect too, like I was watching Batman either Returns or 89 on HBO Max or Max, which was HBO Max, but at the time it was Max now. Um, and so watching it, everything was blue because they did that. They took the 4K restoration of it and they just turned everything fucking blue. Pardon my French again. Um, and so with that, it was terrible because I remember as a kid like it kind of being more like yellowish from the tungsten lighting. And so like I put on filmmaker mode on my TV, which I never really fudge with like TV settings like that, but I put on filmmaker mode and that was so helpful. So helpful because it made it back to what I remember seeing as a kid, which was nice. And then yes, Aces was added to Adobe. I just forget to use it. Goddamn TVs and their technology and and the shit they have to do, like, Jesus, like, you got the 4K HDR TV or 8K TV with HDR. Why am I doing a southern accent? I don't know. Don't question me. TVs are a bitch. Like, I love seeing the TVs at CES, and they're all like these super like awesome looking display TVs, and you're like, wow, these look amazing. And then you get like you look at your TV and you're like, this is crap. Like this third party I never heard of has this beautiful 8K HDR TV, and you get an HDR TV and you're like, why does it not look the same? But maybe that's just my eyes. And the chipset that they're using in the LEDs and the zones, like you're saying. God damn it. Damn you, TVs. And your high pricing. I got a 70-inch TV downstairs, which is nice. Then my friend told me the next week, he's like, you could have gotten an 85-inch TV in here. And I was like, oh, shit. Nah. I just almost teared up a little bit reading your last message where, like, the $12,000 to $30,000 range of TVs. And I just want to cry because I will never spend that much on a TV. I would get shot at by my wife. She wouldn't really shoot me. She'd probably strangle me. Oh my, 100-inch TV? Like, where do you put that in your house? Like, I mean, like, does your friend have like a wall big enough? Like, does it take up most of his wall or their wall? Sorry, I should assume. But like, do they take up like most of the wall of the area? Is it on? Please tell me if it's on one of those swivel things, because I just want to know. Because I think that'd be really. Sorry, that's really funny. Just thinking about 100-inch TV. Oh, but that's not even. Oh, Jesus. Oh, so it's on a swiveler. That's great. That. Oh, that's awesome. See, projectors, those are different than, but like a projector, I feel like it's a TV, but not really a TV. A TV to me is like, it's a monitor, right? Like something that is a TV. A projector's projecting the image of a screen, though, so it's not really a TV. I mean, I guess it's showing TV. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking semetics or whatever it's called. So that's pretty cool. You have a 120-inch projector. That takes up your whole wall then, I'm guessing. Do you have it like shooting up at your ceiling so you're like can like lay down in bed, just look up at it and go, oh yeah, this is great? Or is it one of those things you have like just say, sit down and watch it? Okay, so that's geez, Louise is a tough one. Oh, it's okay. It's on your wall. It must be fun playing video games with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous a little bit. Just playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and on 120 inches, you're just immersed. Jeez. Jesus. I mean, I understand, but like Jesus. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind my gaming thoughts. Do you have that Sony, or is like do you are you like do you work with that Sony? I mean, obviously you might. I mean, you probably work with that Sony. I'm guessing, or is it something like you have it? I'm just like so. There's so many questions. Yeah, I feel like gaming also, just to go back to it real quick, I feel like gaming 120 inches playing a sports game would just be badass also. Like just I don't know, just playing Madden on that or something, or NCAA football or baseball or soccer or basketball, whatever. But sports gaming would be fun. Hey, I can dream for you. I can wish for you. You know, I wish you get that one day. I mean, you might say, John, that's a insane purchase. I would never do that, but I can wish that for you. I can say, hey, I hope Derek gets that monitor one day. Somehow one day he gets that monitor. So you know what? I'm wishing that for you. Don't be saying I'm crazy. I love how it in and out, like you have it on like the clip that where the cut is, and then I put the out and it just goes boop, and it's like over the actual clip, and you're like, what the hell? Just love In and Outs. I love In and Out Burger, but those In and Outs just suck. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, a little bit thinner on that, and then we can move that over. Oh, perfect. My fingers are also crossed too. So now I'm wishing end fingers. Wait. I have to have one finger crossed, because if you have two fingers crossed, you're negating at least something. So I have to have one finger crossed for you, unless I do two fingers across the legs. Then that's a positive of the crossing the fingers. So it's okay. Let me ask you this as a colorist. So what like do are people? So I don't know how to ask this question. I'm trying to figure out how to say this to you or ask this to you. But HDR coloring, okay, oh, here it is. Okay, because I'm shooting in Apple ProRes RAW, correct? Uh, am I automatically shooting? I'm guessing this is going to answer myself question by answering this too. Because I'm shooting in Apple ProRes RAW, am I shooting in HDR automatically, or or do I have to set up the project in HDR technically? Which I feel like I have to set up the project in HDR, and it's automatically in SDR. Then does that make? I feel like I'm making no sense at that, and but I'm trying to. I don't know how to explain it or say the question correctly. Okay, and then let me turn off this grade. Gotcha. That's a rabbit hole I do not want to go down. I feel like. Okay, I'm feeling really good about this. How this is turning out. Not gonna lie. Oof. There's so much to do. So I can just do that. Okay, where's that? No. I messed up. Did it? Did I mess up? No, I can take this. Where's that two shot? Okay, this might be the laziest way of doing something, but it's gonna work. I swear. They're both in the same position. It's just gonna help me. Haha, let's see the move. Nope. Thank God. Okay, then let me turn that off. Colorist would say that. Great HDR. All cool and all. Just kidding. Just kidding. One day, if I ever get that $30,000 monitor, I'll color grade in HDR. You know, I tried. I don't know if you have you tried this yet, or have you looked into this at all? But have you? I don't know if you have well, you don't game, so I don't know if you have a Quest, a Meta Quest at all. But I know you can like plug in your Meta Quest to your computer, and then like someone was doing uh editing through their Meta Quest, which was I tried that. It was really weird because I think because these monitors I have are only 1080 and the Meta Quest made them a lot like worse looking than what they are. It was super hard also to like kind of just like edit in the Meta Quest, and I'm like I can never either like because the pixel density I guess of these monitors aren't well off and they're not as good putting on the Meta Quest that just made it like blurrier. And I have to say it was like really it was also difficult just to try a blade on that thing too. So or to cut video on that. So it was interesting to try that. I don't know if you had a chance to ever try that, but it's something I feel like I'm kind of excited to see what the future of like VR headsets are in that respect. To see if like editing will be easier and to do. Because personally, if I could be super lazy and like lay in bed with a VR headset on and cut and have my hands up like here, just like doing this and like, okay, we'll cut here, we'll cut there. I would do that in a heartbeat because I just want to lay down. Maybe I'd fall asleep editing. That'd be a really like just lay in bed sleeping and then wake up the next day, like wake up and you see you're in the edit still. Oh yeah, let me just get back to that and oh, I'm gonna have to watch that video, the media division video. Let's do this again. I have to look up and do it. Like, am I sleeping like this? But I will have to check out that the media. I love media division. They have some really good videos. I love their shit. So I will have to check that out. But AR glasses, because I kind of want to. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of want to get like a Meta Quest sunglass, a Meta Quest glasses, just to do like more or less for social media behind the scene stuff. But like, I also kind of want AR integrated as well. So I'm kind of waiting to see what the playing field's gonna be like in the next 6 months, because I think it's just be really cool to be able to do that. Like and being able to use AR for cam ops and stuff like that, or just like ideas where, because I would love to make a pro, because I saw something somewhere. I don't know if I forgot what it was, unless I'm like having a dream and something. But they did. They had like a VR headset, correct? And in that VR headset, they kind of like figured out. Let's say this room, right? They put the room in the VR headset, and then they lit the room in the VR headset, so we can see what it looks like for lighting wise, and going, okay, if I put this light out here, like what's it look like in here? And I don't remember how it was done. I can't find the video again, but if I ever did, I'll have to like send it to you. But it was really cool, and I kind of wish they had that type of like capability in headsets to do that. So I hopefully that can be transferred to glasses as well, at least in the AR space, where you can see stuff like that and be like, hey, like, your glasses like Siri, or hey, Gemini, or whatever it is, and going into the glass and kind of Tony Starking it a little bit in that respect, which would be really cool. Because it would be an awesome app just to even like go, hey, like I can send that, going back to the VR thing with like seeing the room. It'd be really cool to like send that to a phone to show people, be like, oh, here's our pre-production. So oh, now that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be really cool. That's a really cool idea. You're like the lawnmower man. Oh, we're getting like the lawnmower man. One second, Bear. One second. I'll feed you in a minute. Yeah, I don't think the technology's there yet. I mean, it is there, but I don't think like people are using the technology to where they can do that yet. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just The Lawnmower. You don't know what the Lawnmower Man is? It's a movie. Well, it was a Stephen King book, but they made it into a movie in the '90s. Hold on. I have it on. I have it in my collection of DVDs, but I can't find it right now. But it's an old '90s movie where they put this guy who's the Lawnmower Man in VR, like in a VR space, and he lives there and gets all powerful and shit. Pierce Brosnan's in the first one. The second one's atrocious. And the kid who played Danny Madigan, I believe, is in the first one and second one. And that's a reference to Last Action Hero because I don't know the guy's name. Yeah, it's a pure '90s cheese movie, but I don't know. I like it. It's one of those things you saw as a kid in coming soon to home video, and you'd see the trailer for it on a VHS, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll watch this movie. It's okay. I finally saw the full Pulp Fiction from front to back finally for the first time recently, so it's okay. I welcome to the club of Pulp Fiction. Oh, you didn't see Reservoir? You haven't seen Reservoir Dogs yet, or Jackie Brown? You're not. You're never alone. There's always someone. There's always one person. Just Kill Bill onward. Wow, you gotta watch. Did you ever see From Dusk Till Dawn? Please tell me you've seen that movie. I mean, I know he didn't direct it, but he written From Dusk Till Dawn. He's in From Dusk Till Dawn. Let me save this project because that's the most important thing. But also, I'll be right back. I'm gonna feed my dogs real quick, and because they're barking at me. So I'll be back, guys. Whoever else is watching this, but give me 10 minute, whatever, how many minutes. Maybe I'll just play the video with no sound. Okay, I am back. Three people are watching. Wow, thanks for staying along. So from dusk till dawn is next for you, or Reservoir? Oh, sorry, Reservoir. I'm guessing Reservoir for Dogs is next for you. Oh, no, okay, that's from. Oh, good choice. I would say don't watch any of the sequels from Dusk Till Dawn. Just watch maybe I would say the second one is low key a like. I kind of like that one too, but anything after two is like watching. It's like going. It's like Tremors. Don't watch anything past the second Tremors movie. Please tell me you've seen Tremors. Welcome third person to the chat or the live stream. Welcome if you're joining us. You're just talking, and I'm color grading a short film. So welcome. Nope, don't want that. Don't want second mask. Okay, three's all right. I mean, it's not like my favorite Tremors, but like it's all right. It's like when. Oh no, I'm sorry. Tremors 4 is the one when they go back in time, back in time, back to not Back to the Future, but like a back in the 1800s one. That's when I'm like, oh god, that one. I'm not a fan of. And then when they get Jamie Kennedy involved, I'm like, excuse me, what? Why? Yeah, 4 is crap, but also 3 was supposed to be like a backdoor pilot for the TV show, if I'm not mistaken. What's wrong with Burt Gummer inventing a machine gun? I'm just kidding. There's a lot of things wrong with that. Or Burt Gunner's grandfather or great grandfather, whoever the hell it is. Okay, let me ask you this. Terminator wise, what do you think of the sequels after 2? If you've seen all the Terminators, I don't know if you are a Terminator fan. And yes, you can count T-Tooth in 3D as a sequel. The Terminator Universal I'm talking about. Oh, do you mean Terminator Salvations? Though, Resurrection would be. I'm guessing you mean if Resurrection you mean like the one with Christian Bale. I saw that in a midnight showing actually. I was so jazzed to see Salvations because I was so excited to see the war finally, like a whole movie based off like the Skynet war. That I was like, oh man, it's gonna look like it's gonna look like T2 and T1 kind of like, you know, I was like really amped, and then that happened, and I was like, oh my, this is like the worst. That's like on my lowest like list for Terminators. Like I personally, I kind of like Genesis. I kind of wish I could see where that went. I know people have problems with that. Dark Fate was pretty interesting too because it brought back Linda Hamilton. 3, I'm kind of like, it's kind of a iffy, like I like it then I don't like it, or it's not like it's more or less like it's good, but is it better than like Genesis? You kind of sometimes. Yeah, I didn't really watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I think I was like just kind of over, like not over it, but like just wasn't really feeling it that much. But I mean, also I love fucking Terminator, like the Battle Through Time or whatever it was at Universal Studios. That was the shit. That ride was awesome. My friend fell asleep in that. That was really, well, it wasn't a ride. It was like a show, but that show was awesome. Have you been to Epic Universe yet, Derek? Or have you like? Are you gonna go to it anytime soon? 'Cause I know you're in Orlando or that Florida. Sorry, Florida section or somewhere in Florida. So right? Are you still there? How did you like it? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on blast. So if this goes to, okay, so now I have to work backwards. Oh, I can't wait to go on that ride. I'm looking forward to that whole thing. I'm just amped. Like the I'm we're planning on going in like I think after Ashley gets out of dental hygiene school. That's what she wants that as her like graduation gift, I guess, in a sense, right? That's like we're gonna go to the we're gonna check out Epic Universe. Hopefully, it won't be as crowded in 20 months plus as it probably is right now. But I mean, I watched a bunch of videos on social media about this, and I'm just like so jazzed to see the whole like feel the whole experience of that of Epic Universe. And I just want to go again also for Halloween Horror Nights because that was actually my first and only Halloween Horror Nights experience was in Orlando at Universal in 2019, I believe, or something like that. Um, oh, there's a Cirque show. That's pretty cool. You know what? I'm not like the the yeah, kind of. I do. I mean, yeah, the Ministry Magic thing. I'm like, I'm excited for that ride because I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet. Really, I've just seen people talk about the previews of it. Um, yeah, I know, but it's not this. There's something. I mean, okay, is I'll say it like this. I guess it's like when you grow up. Okay, living out here, right? Obviously I grew up in New Jersey, um, and going to Disney World, being from the East Coast, your whole life until you move out here, and then you finally go to Disneyland. It's kind of underwhelming. I felt I was personally I was underwhelmed by Disneyland. I was like, oh, this is it. This is kind of small, like type of thing. So then going to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, I feel like it's not gonna be it's not gonna feel the same in a way, if that makes sense. I mean, we'll see. Like Halloween Horror Nights is supposed to be during Halloween, like or in the Halloween season. Having it all year round feels kind of stupid, to be honest. Like that's just my personal opinion on the matter because like Halloween's not all year round. Like it's just horror. Why don't you just call it Horror Nights? Like, I feel like just being not Halloween Horror Nights, make it Horror Nights. Because again, like, Halloween Horror Nights is a whole like vibe. Are you gonna change it every like year? Do you change it every 6 months? Like, how do you keep like you have to? I don't know. It's just like it's just something. It's something about it that I'm like I don't know how I feel. I'm just so pessimistic about it. I guess that I just don't. I'll wait and see. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait and see to see what happens. Yeah, no, and yeah, they changed. Like, I mean, like, I think when I went, there was a because Ghostbusters Afterlife was coming out, so there's a Ghostbusters thing, a a Stranger Things like house, Us house. There's also like this Monsters Universe. I mean, sorry, not Monsters Universe, but Monster like horror house, which is awesome. There's some like Monster Under the Sea things. I never saw How to Train Your Dragon, but I saw the animatronics for that, and I was just blown away. And I'm super excited to see that stuff in person. Let's see if this tracked. Just tracking his face. Hopefully, it follows through the whole time, and I'll be very happy if it does. Hello, third person. If you're joining us, please say hello in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions and want to know what's going on, please let me know. Right now, we're having a discussion also about Halloween Horror Nights and Epic Universe. If you have any input and say in that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I am. I know it has that roller coaster there, right? Is the roller coaster at the Isle of Burke correct? I think like I'm just excited to see that. So like I said, I look forward to that. Oof. Uh, oof. Okay, that can get we can get away with that. I might have to do this manually. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go back to this one. Ugh, God damn. God damn. Fudge. Okay, I'm gonna change this color so I know to go back to it later. No, not what I want to do. All right, just put this up top here so I know. I'm you know what I'm excited for is the Swamp Thing ride that's supposed to be happen at the Monsters universe because I know there's like a second phase to that whole thing as well. So there's a rumor I read a long time ago. Also, thank you. I'll place a marker. You're right. I should just do that and not go up a layer. I'm not thinking, as you can tell. I'm just having a wonderful conversation about Universal. Yeah, I seen some. I heard some expansion stuff. There's another expand. There's another like I heard a rumor a long time ago. Like they were thinking about getting rid of the Curious George section and like adding a Pokemon world there or Pokemon section back in Universal, and then they're gonna change the oh my god the where the Twin Dragons are in Islands of Adventure to a Link section. But that I heard is gonna be in the Nintendo world instead. I think so. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of curious what will happen. You're gonna have more of a pulse on the thing than me probably. So you'll know. You probably can give a little bit more clarity maybe. Now I'd be really excited to see a Pokemon world or a Pokemon section. I am kind of curious about the Potter expand. about the Potter TV show. I mean, they should also just put in some Hogwarts Legacy stuff. I feel like as well too. Um, I mean, even they should expand like just get rid of that one world that had the in Islands of Adventure that's next to Seuss's Landing. It not Seuss's Landing itself, but the it's next to Harry Potter. It's like that Mediterranean where it's supposed to be like Jason and the Argonaut shit. Like they should just make that into something else. Like please, Lord. I'm also so I heard another like rumor like but one of those like really this is a rumor like about something where like Universal could buy Warner Brothers, which I would actually like personally to if we're being honest. So Universal would have the DC properties, and it would be awesome just to see them get rid of that Marvel section. I mean, as much as I love that Marvel section, Islands of Adventures, I would love just to see that turn into like a DC focused thing, and then give back like the Marvel stuff to Disney, and let them have it in that respect. This goes here. Okay, so where are you, Mask? Okay, too far away. Skinny this down a little bit. Okay, then move that in there. Okay. Boop. Boop. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Okay. No, did it again. They can't do that because it's a deal that they have with Universal Islands, or they have a deal with Universal because Universal bought the licensing for that stuff. With the Marvel stuff a long time ago, they cannot go east of the Mississippi with any Marvel stuff to Disney parks. If I'm not mistaken, that was like the agreement that they had a long time ago. So you'll never see that unless they get rid of that stuff. Um, and somehow they get the licensing and all that shit kind of like taken away. But that's why you won't see that in Disney World. But I'm excited to see the villain stuff too. It's really nice that they're gonna like up update the Magic Kingdom in that respect as well, and like get a new section of the park there. And then on top of that too, I'm really glad they're getting rid of Dino Land USA and in oh my god, in Animal Kingdom. I was hoping they do Wakanda in Animal Kingdom, but like knowing more about this whole Disney thing with the Marvel thing, it sucks. But because that'd be really cool to do like Wakanda in Animal Kingdom, because the Avatar thing is just so incredible. Did you see? There's that new like Villains United or something like that show at Disney that just opened up as well in Disney World. I don't remember what park it's at, but I just saw that on like social media as well. People like reviewing it or not reviewing it, but showing clips of it. It looks pretty cool. Had like actual actors as the villains. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. It'll always be MGM Studios to me. I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm so upset about them getting rid of the Muppets at Hollywood Studios. I'm just glad they're not getting rid of Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, because if they ever, if they ever did, I think I'd just boycott life after that and boycott anything Disney. But I'm super upset that Pizza Rizzo is not going to be around anymore. Even though I never went there, I just love the name Pizza Rizzo. Pizza Rizzo, and also Muppets 3D is my favorite, like one of my favorite rides. No matter what, like I just wish they never got rid of that. I wish they would never get rid of it. It makes no sense whatsoever to do that. Like just I took a picture of this the last 2 times I went to Disney. Is the above in that waiting area before the show goes on, before you get into the show, it's like there's a net with Jello, and it's like a net full of Jello. A net. It's supposed to be for a net full of Jello. Oh my god, I can't speak. A net full of Jello, and it's a net full of Jello, and I just find that funny every time. But they could have like taken that Monsters universe, like Monsters area, and put it somewhere else. Like they didn't have to put it right there, like because I feel like that's a smaller location. Like they could have gotten rid of sorry, but get rid of Star Tours. Or move Star Tours to another section to the Jedi. To the whatever that thing, that Star Wars section. And put that stuff over. You don't need you. Get rid of the Star Wars section. It's not in the Star Wars section. You don't need Star Tours. I'm sorry, Star Tours is not fun. It's kind of boring sometimes. I know there's 15 different things, but this is annoying. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm irritated. I'm not crazy. I know it's I'm not saying okay. Don't get rid of Star Tours. Move Star Tours to the section that needs more rides in your Star Wars section. I mean, you have two conflicting Star Wars sections. Then, just move it. It'd be cool just to put the Star Wars sections in the Star Wars section. That's all. That's all. Let me be happy for a second, because we could have kept the Muppets that way. Yeah, I kept forgetting what the name was. Galaxy's Edge. I've been there twice now. I know I should have remembered what it was called. I'm just so flabbergasted by this whole Star Tours situation that we're talking about that I just needed to vent about it for a minute. But I wish they would put a new ride in Galaxy's Edge as well too. It'd be nice to have not just 2 rides there. I mean, maybe transform that hotel that was a Star Cruiser into a ride or something, which was the biggest waste of money ever. I saw the pricing for that thing. Yeah, that was the biggest waste of money, I think, personally. That was cheaper than a Disney cruise. Yes, there you go. Put pod racing there. That is a perfect idea. Perfect idea. They can do that. They have the technology. They have the means to this shit. Put pod racing there. But that Scar Cruiser, or no, it'd be cool. Laser tag lightsaber or some shit like that. Just do some battle, lightsaber battle thing that they would. I don't know, something. Yeah, okay. $5,000 is insane. Yes, it's because it's only for 24 hours or 48 hours you're on this Star Cruiser. But also I'm going on a cruise next year in May. I'm going on a family cruise, and me and my wife were just looking at because I see videos, because when you start looking for cruise stuff on TikTok, you start getting more cruise stuff. So I was looking at the Disney cruise stuff, and I never looked at how much the pricing was. It was $6,000 for a 7-day cruise. I better be getting some top shelf shit, and that wasn't. I didn't even go past the $6,000 thing, and that was probably for the interior cabin, which is insane for a Disney Wish or Disney Treasure, and it's a $6,000 cruise. And I just thought it made me think of the Star Cruiser that was a fail. Why is it so expensive for a Disney cruise? Like, I mean, yes, I'm getting unlimited, all you can eat like food almost basically, and sorry, unlimited room service, but that's not worth $6,000 as well. I was trying to get, I was trying to tell Ashley that I want to stay at the Star Cruiser as a joke, but then it was a big. I was like, I couldn't just justify the joke anymore because it just sounded terrible for a honeymoon, I should say. They should. They should. Well, no, that's more expensive. The adult packages, because if you look at the basic package, that's your kid package right there. Your kid experiences, but then the adult package for like the unlimited drinks is like another whatever it is on top of that. If you're a drinker or not, you know what I mean? Like it's just still insane. Like I would rather go on the MSC like World America or America, whatever that World America cruise ship, or like a Norwegian. It's cheaper to buy a Norwegian ticket. Norwegians are expensive as well too for a cruise. But again, I would also, but the kid experience. I mean, there's also experiences for adults too on these things that there's Disney adults. So I mean, I want breakfast with the characters. Oh, I'm a big fan of cruises. I love a good cruise personally. Like we're going next year to the Bahamas. We're doing like a Bahama cruise with Amber Cove in Dominican Republic. Then we're going Nassau in the Bahamas. We're doing Amber Cove, Grand Turk, and then Celebration Key, which is Carnival's newest island that they have. Very excited for that. That opens in June or July. I'm getting conflicting reports of people like talking about it. Um, so like I'm very excited to see what happens. And also the next year they're supposed to expand on that too. And then let me say Disney adult. I was for a few years out here, but I got bored. Well, I feel like, I mean, it's understandable if you get bored about it, because like it's like going to the strip. Like as a local, you don't go to the strip. You only go to the strip when you're like visiting out here. So I understand. Yeah, it's and also I'm very excited for the cruise. I mean we're going back on the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is their Excel class ship, which we took the same ship for our honeymoon in 2022, and for that we went to Cozumel, Honduras, Roatan, I believe in Honduras, and then Costa Maya. Costa Maya was all right. Honduras was really awesome. We went snorkeling, which was really fun, and the water was crystal clear. And then Cozumel, I've been there before. It's called I've been to this one excursion called Passion Island, which is where they film the Corona commercials. I don't know if they still do that at Passion Island, but it was really awesome to do that. And just again, I just love the idea of like being able to go on multiple things. Like I know it's like a day or 8 hours in a day or whatever it is, but like just being able to go to different islands and experiencing stuff like that is just fun. I don't know. I'm just a cruise guy, I guess, as an as well as a Disney adult. That doesn't live in Orlando, Orlando. Go to Disney every day. Okay, there's that. Oh, that'd be really cool. That I would. I mean, that would be really cool because like I got a book with all the parks and like just seeing those parks in general. It just that's awesome if you do that. Like I hope you do that. That'd be really cool to see all the different Disney parks except the China one. If you I don't know if you do that one or not. But I know isn't there like two in Japan? Like there's Disney by the Sea and Hong Kong Disneyland or something. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I apologize. I'm getting like my Disney park or Disney places wrong. Okay, mask path. Oh, what am I thinking of in Japan? Is there one in Japan, or am I just really got my geography wrong completely, which I feel really dumb by getting my geography wrong. That okay? Yes. So yes, Tokyo Disney Sea. That one looked really cool. I loved watching the videos like the last year where it's like you can go to Tokyo Disney Sea for a lot cheaper than going to like Disneyland for 2 days or whatever it was, and I was tempted to just go, wow, I can just go buy a ticket in Tokyo Disney and just go there for a hell of a lot cheaper. Then I'm like, wait, plane fare would be super expensive. Which plane fare is super duper expensive. Yeah, yeah. I heard the that one's really unique to see. I mean, even I feel like Euro Disney is kind of exciting to see. There's so much history with like those parks. Oh my god, I felt the dog's tail. There's so much history with those parks, and like just like I don't know if you watch what was it the like Defunctland where they talk about that shit. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, uh, I'm going to shoot I'm doing a short film in New Mexico in September, and I went there last year in May of last year, or April, whenever it was, and airfare there was like cheap, But again, I went through Spirit, and it was like $60. But then you realize like, oh, you need to pack a bag or whatever, and then it's another, the whole. Then it gets more expensive, right? But I'm going again this time with two other people. As last year was me and a buddy who went to the film, and this time it was me and hopefully same buddy and another buddy, and like the tickets for like the pricing, for like Southwest was like $267 round trip per person, but like with two bags, and it was like $700 and something, and I was like, well, what if we like took a rental car, and like the rental car pricing is totally cheaper by half of that price. So like instead of 796 or 769, whatever it was, it's gonna be like 330 to rent a car for 5 days or whatever it is that we need to rent the car for, and drive with unlimited miles and stuff like that. And then you have to worry about gas, but that won't get you to $700 something for gas. Yeah, and plus I can bring more of my gear too, because again, like trying to put 50-pound suitcases of like not being able to bring my lights or not being able to like bring other things as well. That would just like not go well, right? Because then it's like I can't. Well, what lights do we have? Oh well, I guess we have to just use what we have, available lighting. So yeah, it's gonna be road tripping will be a lot easier, a lot easier. Just a longer drive, which is kind of like always like a fun time because like long road trips you have to stop and pee probably all the time because I have a bladder of a 80-year-old man. I feel like sometimes. Uh, well, also like I mean Tesla too. Having a Tesla, what was it's probably like not even half, like a quarter of what you pay for gas also to fill up. I mean, is it or is it like the same as filling up because you have to do you have to stop more? Because I mean I don't know what the range is on a Tesla, so I apologize for not having those those right figures mileage range. So like, is it? I mean, I think it's half. I think it's like. I mean, I know like a fraction of the price to fill up electrically, or like a fraction of the price. Okay, let's do this. Then do this. We have 3 hours for. Oh, that's not bad. Stop. Do you have the quick charger or right? Is it the quick charger that? Because if you don't have the quick charging, does it take longer? I'm not. Again, know nothing of really about Teslas, and like, I don't have one, so I know some things. But yeah, I mean, also that's nice too. At least you can like in 3 hours you have a nice 20 or 30 minute break, and you can stretch the legs. A third of the gas. That's awesome. That's nice. Okay, and oh, what? That's almost always. Oh, interesting. I know the other one that I know of is Electrify America, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is that the other EV like charging stations? this goes down here. Personally, I'm a Rivian fan because I like a bigger car. Yeah, I mean, if I mean, I would love an electric car for my next car personally. I still have my Scion, so I'm not like looking to get anything anytime soon. But I mean, I like the Rivian because it's a more SUV friendly in the sense of like especially the Rivian 3 that's going to come out, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper in that respect. So that's why I kind of like the Rivian, because it's that bigger car that I kind of need for my gear, like to put my gear in. Because like again, I'm now at a point with my Scion where I'm sometimes like I can't see the back of my back window. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, crap. Can I borrow someone's car to help me bring gear to the place? So I mean, I think I'm gonna run out of Santa Fe when we go to even if my next car is gas, I don't care. Like it's just more or less I just need a bigger car in general. So it's really based off of the range, right? So like EVs aren't the greatest range that I know of, but like by the time I look for one, they should have better range hopefully. It's all gonna come down to like what happens, like what the growth is in the next next 3 years, let's say 4 years, 3 to 4 years. I'd say I'd probably get a new car, in that respect. So I mean, yeah, like either or. I just need a bigger car for the shit I had. I had a van for about 3 months, and then or actually six. Well, no, I had it for a year almost, and then I had to get rid of it because it just had so many problems. So many problems. Like I got my van. I got this cargo truck from my in-laws when they were moving to Missouri, and I was like, "This is great! I finally have a production van. This is gonna be awesome! I can't wait to get this thing going." And literally, when I got back from my honeymoon, I got let go from my last job in 2022. So I didn't touch the car because I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to do anything with it because I had to like just try to find a job to like probably put some money in it. So by the time I started touching the car, the battery was dead. But then basically what happened was the battery died, but then oil was leaking because we're kind of slightly on a incline in my neighborhood. So then I thought there was a problem there, and then like it wouldn't pass smog. So I just kept giving up on the thing, and then I just bought the FX6 because of that. Full circle. Oh, geez, is she all right? It? Oh, geez. I hope I hope she's okay. I mean, does she still have the dizzy spells? Is she okay? That's I'm glad. I mean, that's great. Yet the self driving feature of Tesla's good. So I'm glad she's able to use that feature in the car. Um, Jeez. Oh, oh, good. I'm glad she's good and healthy now. That's good to hear. Oh, good. Okay, good, 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 good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm glad she's okay now. Yes, yes, yes. That is very true. I always want more space for more for gear, and also you buy more gear because it's not just like it's like that old George Carlin joke where it's like you buy a bunch of stuff, then you move and you have more stuff. You got. I know. Yeah, baggage too is another. Like, I'm kind of curious of what I'm gonna. I want to try to like go down to one bag for the cruise, but I know that's not gonna happen because I'm gonna have like I need 20 pairs of underwear, 10 pairs of shirts, and it's only 7 days. Like, oh, I need all this stuff. Yeah, I miss that guy. I miss George Carlin so much. And then let's go back here. Oh wait, am I shit? Okay, that. God damn it! I realized I made a mistake. Crapple. Okay, so if I do this here. So many things, too many things. Yeah, I give her like a limit of things that she can bring. Bring the most important things, and then you can't bring anything else. Just kidding. Like I kind of wish I had as I don't have like a camera anymore per se. Like I just have the FX6. So I kind of wish I had a smaller like camera to like bring with me, like a little like limits don't work. Well, I'm sorry. You have to just put things back and not have her not like when she's not looking, just put things back. And you're like, I just need this. just kidding. Also, again, she will never know. Okay. Are you a Fuji? I was gonna say, are you a Fuji camera guy? But you just said Sigma FP. I kind of don't want a camera for video. Like, I don't want a camera for video in the sense of like video first. I would want it as more video second. So like my friend has a Fuji like XTX or XT30 Mark II, I think. And I'm like, that's a really nice like little camera that I could bring somewhere with me. It's but yeah, I don't know. Like it's always like that idea where I'm like, oh, that'd be nice to have just a little camera to take on with me as well. So, how do you feel about the DJI rumor camera, which I feel like has been rumored around for like fucking it's been around for like rumored for like 5 years. I feel like now. All right, let's check this. Gonna go here. Oh, if I may ask, why do you have a hate for that company? Is it because of like Ronin, or is it because of like the drones they have? Is it? I'm so now curious. When you said I have a hate, usually hate's a very strong word. People say dislike a lot, but you just raising it from dislike to hate is just a whole nother level here. So now you have to tell me why you hate this company. Like, you set this up for yourself here. Oh, I think I can do that because I'm not listening to music. So oh my god! Wow, not want to put that shit on your ears. Ah, I see. I don't use DJI enough to warrant this hate. So I mean I understand where you're coming from. Like, yes, you have to. That does suck. And I haven't touched the lidar stuff. I feel like everyone does. Whenever I see videos on like those type of things, it's always in perfect scenarios, and like no one's really testing things in imperfect scenarios. But that's just me and my like 2 cents to the whole matter. Um, would I love to have that? Yes, like to test out the lidar. Oh yeah, that log profile is crap. I think like again the Ronin 4D, the stuff I've seen of it is always in perfect conditions and never in imperfect conditions. And yes, like Make Art Now could show you the Ronin 4D and be like, here's the difference between the 8K one and the 4K, 8K, 6K one. But at the same time, it's like, but these are perfect conditions. Like, I want to push my Ronin 4. If I don't have a Ronin 4D, but like, if I want to push my Ronin 4D, like, and use natural lighting in a sense of like what I have light bulb wise, because there's a lot of people that do that in general. Like, what's it really look like? I mean, I don't. I mean, again, just my opinion. Like, I do see where you're coming from. Like the log. Yeah, I would never use the log profile. Like, you can't even do like you can't do Atmos. You can do ProRes RAW though with that. I mean, then again, the log profile in that just terrible. And yeah, never mind. It's a whole nother ball of wax. I'm guessing that I don't want to take you down. But I would love the Ronin 4D just in general, just to have a gimbal. Because I don't have a gimbal for my FX6. But because I also feel like maybe this is me, and maybe I'm not looking for the right information, but I feel like no like Ronin RS really will hold the FX6 properly. Because yeah, I mean, yes, I know it's light, but once you start building it out, I can't build it out to what I want. So I feel like there's there's like there's no middle ground really anymore of like going from Ronin RS4 to like Ronin 2. Like there's nothing like if you look at like an FX6 to an FX9, there was a middle ground from an FX9 to a Burano, which was the middle ground from an FX6 to the Burano, but there's none of that anymore in that regard. And Free Fly, what the hell happened to them? I don't know. Like who's using a Movi? Like is a Movi still around? Are they just doing the Ember now? Like DJI blew them out of the water. I feel like, or that's just. I mean, that's just from my eyes of seeing that shit. Oh, thank you. I like to be spot on from time to time. Not spot on most of the time. Just from time to time. Thank you. I appreciate that 100% to you back. Well, I hope they do make that like that neat that Ronin that we were talking about, that RS5 that's between a 4 Pro and a Ronin 2. I mean that like it's again, like I don't want to go to a Zhiyun and use their crane again, because that's the same shit. Like, yeah, oh wow, I can put my like I can put my FX6 on that. Yeah, I can balance it, but at the same time, like you have to put a smaller battery in there. You can only put like a certain weight class of lens. You can't really go heavy. So again, like but I mean, I know lenses are getting smaller and like lighter and shit like that. But at the same time, like I don't know, there's a lot I wish that could be changed, or not everyone want Ronin shots. Gimbals. I feel like gimbals aren't the same as they were like 10 years ago. Also, like I feel like people are like over that, and they're back to this handheld way of thinking. Like, oh, I want a handheld feel. I want that handheld thing. I want to feel handheld. I want to feel real and in your face. I'm like, whoa, you couldn't think about that 10 years ago. Like we're into handheld. Like when everything was supposed to be buttery smooth and all this shit. Like okay, like I just love how filmmaking is like film content creating filmmakers have changed in like that 10-year time. It was like all about autofocus, and then it goes into like, well, we need to do manual focus again. We gotta feel that creative input, and now it's like, well, I want a handheld feel about things. You gotta have that handheld. Now it's all about anamorphics, more cheap. And then I bought anamorphics. So I don't know. There's always that weird like and then it's like and then for a long time it's like you have to have a crispy image and a sharp image and all that shit, and then it's like, well, you can put a blooming filter on it. It gives a nice cinematic feel. I just can't. I sometimes I just get so like, what do you guys? It's like watching The Notebook, and I never seen The Notebook, but it's like that Ryan Gosling meme where it's like, what do you want? What are you going for? What are you doing? Yes, I mean Steadicam is great. Steadicam is great. Techno Crane is great, and dolly systems are great. I would love like to buy like a floor dolly that I can use and stuff like that, and have that crane on there, like not an actual Fisher dolly, but like I think Pro Am makes one for like $1,600. But again, I don't have the money. I have the Blazar lenses. I have the Remus Blazar lenses. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I feel like I hurt you, and I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm having a crisis of faith. They're sharp at f4. Not f4. Sorry, t4. They're sharp. I don't open them up all the way. We got to use them for this project that you're seeing right now. Not on this character. So for this project, I try a look where I wanted one character to be spherical, which was this character right here, and then the other character be on anamorphic, just to give two different styles of feeling and like where they were emotionally. So once I show this, I'll show you the anamorphic stuff. Yeah, so like for that, I told the camera operator in DP like keep it at f4. I know you want to have like shallow depth of field, but like we can go to 2.8, or like I would say stay at 4. The best as you can. You'll still get a shallow depth of field with the amount of like light you can get off of this and shit like that. So try to keep everything. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to give this film a unique feel and a unique look. Hopefully that comes through. So thank you. Because originally, like, the idea for these characters were like, this character, everything is very like deep focus and nothing's out of focus behind him. And then like the other character was very like shallowed up the field. It's focused on one person. So after thinking about it more. I kind of I don't know how I did this, but I kind of was like looking at anamorphic videos, and now I'm like, whoa, it'd be cooler to do anamorphic, and I feel like uh, it'd be like a different feel and a challenge. Is I like to add a challenge to every like film I do. Oh, I love to try the pros. I never heard of the. I don't know how to pronounce that. Zelimus anamorphics, but the protos I would love to test out as well. Are the pro because the problem with Laowa lenses in the anamorphic space, and just the problem I think with a lot of anamorphics in general, or just in the space in general, because I'm new to it, and I don't think anyone's really talking about this properly or explaining this properly to me, is like the whole like this one works better for a full frame, this one works better for Super 35. So like the one, I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid and I'm not understanding where it's coming from, but like it's like, oh, I want the 2x squeeze, but it works for full frame, but it's better for Super 35. And I'm like, I just got out of the Super 35 family. Like, I don't want to go back to it right now. I like my full frame. And then this is the anamorphic lens, by the way. This shot right here is on the Remus, Blazar Remus, either a 50 or a 65 millimeter lens. Ah, okay. Interesting. Just another thing I need for my gear then. Another damn fucking focal enlarger now on top of that. Hoy vey. I still have my Rokinon Cine DS lenses I still use. So I use the Rokinon Cine DS lenses for this. Oh shit! As well as, like I said, the Blazar Remus. So those are the two lenses we used for this film. Oh yeah, that's all. That's a pretty cool goal. The Ursa 65. Now, so okay, if you get the like, here's the other problem. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is coming full circle here. About going back to Black Magic. What I found funny, because I saw a video. I don't know if you saw this, but there's a video on the internet about the Ursa 12K. We'll go back to the 12K real quick. But like in that video, the M.2 hard drive bullshit they have for that thing, the one that has now the CF Express adapter, there's no problem with the speed of capturing anything they had. Like someone used the CF Express. Sorry, I keep saying CFast Express, but the CF Express in the Ursa body, the normal, I guess the normal one, and with that, like they went up to a certain like there was no dropouts. So like that's proprietary M.2 that they used. It was kind of like, it's kind of crazy that they have this and it's charging more. I mean, I think it's a ridiculous solution, because here's what got me really excited about the next Ursa, like the Ursa 12K that came out. So I feel like I'm going all over the place, so I apologize, Derek. But in this regard, when SanDisk came out with the Pro Blade, I was super excited because I thought Black Magic would incorporate those type of M.2s into the Ursa line, and then you can just use the Pro Blade to transfer your media, because that would be the smart thing, because they have these nice sticks to put in, and that's all they should have did, is should have made media that's and because they have M.2s like that. So I don't know why they didn't go with the Pro Blade like media, because the SanDisk is trying to make that proprietary, and I know they have that thing with Condor Blue, that has like the handle that can record off that Pro Blade as well. And I think that's what it should be. They should be like the Pro Blade is the way to go, not this big M.2 like nuclear reactor fuser thing like they have. It's kind of stupid. And then getting a module for it too. Again, like it's pointless. Sorry, I don't mean to take away your short-term goal here. Yeah, but USB like C connections have like people swear by USB C like connecting and stuff like that, and there's like the anti. Oh, not many people that I know of. Like, well, then again, it was hot at one. I feel like it was hot at one time USB C connections and like being cool and putting SSD on the camera, and then like now it's not as cool anymore to do that. I feel like people are going back to regular media, or like regular media meaning like the CF Express or the CFast Express, CF Express A and B and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents about the whole thing. I mean, you are correct. I won't. I mean, it's like I haven't really heard that much about people talking about like put a SSD on your camera and just go straight to that. Yeah, it's. I went down a rabbit hole of USB C cables, um, and so far the ones I like have been Anchor, and then like honestly, I think Thunderbolt cables are technically USB-C cables, so like they should kind of promote more or less buy a Thunderbolt cable because that should work the same as well. Okay, the CF Express module can't hit the 12K 100 frames per second at 3 to 1. But also, who's shooting 3 to 1 compression on that thing? I feel like you can get still away with 5 to 1, or even the 8 to 1 compression on that as well. Like, do you really need 3 to 1 for like 12K at 100 frames? I mean, maybe I'm being like a noob about this. I'm all about Thunderbolts. If I was to make a feature, I would love to like as much as Blackmagic has burned me with the cameras. I would love to though. I would love to though. I would love to though. Use the Ursa 65 um, as the camera of choice for a feature. Gotcha. You just went really technical on me. Thank you. Oh wait, stop. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I have two CF Express or CF Express A cards. I have three. Sorry, I have three of them, like the 80 gig ones for my FX6. I haven't had a. I mean, I know this is two different cameras we're talking about, but I never had a problem with anything that they never dropped those cards yet. Knock on wood. Weirdly enough, my SSDs for my Atmos drop. I think my SSDs for my Atmos has dropped a couple times, but I don't know why. I think I did something. I might have just pressed something twice. So, but I'm also a fan of like using smaller size SSDs and cards in general because I like to have it like I don't want to lose footage. It's the old Shane Hurlbut video that he talked about like using CF Express or CFast cards like on the 5D Mark II or 3 or whatever it was at like 32 or 64 gigs, and then knowing like okay that's done, that one's good, so we have that footage there. We'll drop it off, let another one run, kind of type of thing, like the old film system he'd say. Jeez, 1200. Damn. Is that is this the CF Express B correct for the red Nikon um Z8, and is that the because I know isn't there like a 4.0 now with CF Express cards, or is that just for Type A? Oh, interesting. That I did not know. Hmm. That's so strange that they would lower that limit after 50% on those cards. That's kind of like, well, I guess it's making you it's forcing you to buy higher capacity cards. That's so insane. Jeez, I feel like I just feel like camera burning, and I'm not even buy one. Like it just heating up super quickly, even though I know that fan probably is decent, but I can just feel the heat radiating off a camera right now. Now here's okay because I don't know much about large format cameras, and here's a question for you. Like so, for example, the Ursa 65, correct? That's a large format mount. So if I put a yeah cooks makes sounds good actually. You want some eggs right now. But if you put a full frame lens on that, is there gonna be like a crop factor, like how Super 35 is a crop factor on a full frame? Like when you put a full frame lens on a Super 35? Like, is there going to be is it going to look distorted? Is it not going to be a true 50, let's say, for example, if you put it on a large frame mount? Or is it like the same mount? Yeah, the video will appear like a 35 or 65 as far as film view. Yay, more gear. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really used the large format stuff in that respect. So knowing that is interesting. That equivalent of a 35 is not is a sorry, the 50 is a 35 on a large frame sensor. That's pretty crazy. I did not know. Yeah, that's learn something new every day. Honestly. Oh, so that 65 is not. So the 65 millimeter camera, the Ursa 65, is a full frame camera, not a large format camera. You're saying? Wait, am I sorry? I might have been reading this incorrectly. Then I apologize. Interesting, huh? No, it is a 65 wide sensor, but you have a 12. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, my bad. Okay, I understand now. So that's interesting. Okay, so wait, let me ask this then. Let me follow up with this question. So on the Ursa 12K, the only time you crop in on the sensor. Hold on, let me read your question first. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so going back to this might have answered my question then. So on the 12K Ursa, the cine. If you go down to like 8K or 4K, if I'm not mistaken, there's 8K, 4K, and 9K on that camera. But on 9K, it crops in. But on 4K and 8K, it doesn't window the sensor. So you're saying then on the Super 65, on the 65 millimeter, the 17K one, it does window the sensor at 12K in that respect. Is there only two resolution sizes on there? I haven't looked at this, so I'm kind of going in blind a little bit, and I apologize. Tracking that. Do I have to put a? Let me see how that looks. So you get the 17K full sensor, and then you can scale down to 8K and 4K. And you also get the 12K mode, which windows the sensor. You don't get the 9K mode on the Earth. Gotcha. The 9K is only on the regular 12K cine, not right? That's where the 9K is on, because it used to be on the original 12K, 12K, 8K, 6K, 4K. Because I think, which was really weird having a 6K on a 12K camera, but windowed in on 6K, and it was like Super 16 or some shit like that. But that was also a Super 35 sensor as well too. Got it. That makes sense. Come on, progress. Track this, mother. I love whenever someone new comes in. Like they always come in when like I'm tracking, so they don't really see it. I mean, I'm not doing much on this, just like kind of tracking stuff. And if someone new comes into the live, I'm seeing because we have 3 people now. Because one of them's me, one of them's Derek, and now that third person's gone. And basically, whenever I think I got them, I think I kicked them out when I called them out. But like whenever like someone new comes in, it's always when I'm tracking the video. If they added the 9K mode to Ursa 65, it would be the end of all. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Never really thought about that. Okay. Yay! Almost done with like part scene 2. Yay! Oh my god, this has been a doozy. Meticulous and doozy again. Patience of a saint that I do not have. And now I'm waiting for someone to come in, a new person, to watch the stream. And nope, not yet. Not yet. But what? No, okay, yeah. I was gonna say what's VistaVision then, but is that I thought that was the 65 millimeter, but that's just their large frame or large format uh stuff. I don't. What do you think's gonna happen with this whole red Nikon thing? I mean, like. Do you think red's gonna be phased out, or like, do you think Nikon like is obviously Nikon's gonna keep the red name, but like, I, it kind of sucks to be a can. I mean, in that respect, I guess it sucks to be a Canon user who likes Canon glass. Um, unless are they still gonna do RF mounts as well for the Nikon version reds as well? Are they gonna phase those out? Well, I'm guessing they're phasing them out because like Nikon is a competitor of Canon's a competitor of Nikon. The one thing that sucks about like this whole mirrorless thing is it's harder to adapt like different lenses. I feel like I think they're like the L mount you can get to E mount if I'm not mistaken, or something that can adapt to E mount. But again, I like if you're a guy who like bought or a person who bought like Canon glass, if you're you really interesting FX6 competitor and FX3 competitor with red tech, that would be interesting to see. I mean, like, but I mean that's why they did price out the Komodo and the Komodo X to those price points um of the FX series now because it's 3,000 for a Komodo, a regular original Komodo, and 6,000 now for a Komodo X. Who does M mount? Is that Olympus? And actually, that's also my thinking going forward is buying more PL mounted lenses. Do you think also the Komodo, if it's on its okay, let me ask you this: being a red user, oh Leica, okay, being a red user, do you think the Komodo was better than the Red Raven? Now, also saying the Komodo is on its last legs. Do you mean the Komodo? You just mean the Komodo OG, not the Komodo X, right? And again, someone comes into watching while I'm tracking this video right now. Hello, welcome to the show, by the way, or the live stream. I'm just doing color correction. Whoever's watching this, also, um, just so you know, I'm doing a color grade, kind of masking the faces to see to get a nicer exposure in the background. Gotcha. And you know what? The dragon, it was crazy because like when I was looking at the Komodo, by the way, like when I was again just getting the original Komodo before the Komodo X came out, the educational discount on the Red Dragon was like 10K. And I was kind of tempted just to buy that, but I was like, that camera is old, but people are still using that camera like religiously, from what I've seen as well. Tracking progress. To the other person watching, do you have any questions, comments, thoughts about cameras? Yeah, that I do agree. The Dragon did have good skin rendition. Like, oh man, I remember when the Dragon 5K first came out because I think that was after. Was that after the Epic M series, Mysterium line, right? Wasn't it then the Red Dragon 5K? As it went from the Epic 5K or Epic 5K Mysterium to the Red Dragon or Red Epic Dragon 5K. What was the what was the one with the dual gain or dual ISO? The base ISO they had, was that the that wasn't the Monstro, that was the Gemini. What about the Gemini? Was that good as well too? They made 50 full frame Dragon sensor cameras. Those are wow, only 50. Why only 50? What the hell? Don't forget about the Raptor XL and the Komodo XL, or the Raptor XL and the Komodo X. Yeah, I remember seeing the Gemini. I was kind of impressed with the dual gain they had in that as well. What do you speaking of dual gain real quick, but what do you think about like triple base ISO from Canon? They had problems with the and oh, interesting. Red always making things more difficult. It's kind of insane, like how I feel like Red. I mean, just from my perspective, like Red, triple base is good for documenting lazy people. Hey, more power to the lazy people. But going back to Red real quick, I feel like Red, in my perspective, my perspective of things, Red has fallen mightily. I feel like since I found out about Red, like if you look at like the movies, or I mean, obviously there's like you look at the movies that are being made at Sundance, and they show like the like hey, what cameras were used every year. You never see a Red anymore. It's kind of insane. Like just thinking about that and going, oh, interesting. Like, Red was at one time something that a lot of people. I mean, I get it's still being used in the industry. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something that independent filmmakers are really. I feel like independent filmmakers in the festival circuits are using as much, or they are, but it's not being noticed as much as it used to be. I guess, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of. I feel like that's unique in that respect because it's like, is Red being used mostly now for commercial sense, or is it still being used in the yeah yeah, because I mean, yes, that Sony Venice is amazing. I would love to use the Sony Venice or Sony Venice 2, just because 2 sounds cooler than the Sony Venice, but they're both very good cameras. And yes, the Alexa kind of like just out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but like that just camera, everyone just was in love. Even like the original Alexa was just being used for such a long time because again, highlight roll off and dynamic range. It had something like no one cared that it was Super 35 and not full frame. Like I remember that, like that was, or was it? It wasn't full frame. Yeah, it was just Super 35 if I'm not mistaken. Like, and then that like LF version of everything came out, and yeah, like I said, Red just dropped off. It was like, oh shit, now we got this beast of a camera. We don't want the mask in that. Jeez. 14. Wow, 14 and a half stops, and I only get like, what, 13 stops or some shit like that on the FX6? That's kind of usable. Maybe. I don't know off the top of my dome. I remember at one time, what was it? Red was like saying 16 plus stops of of like 16 and a half stops more and plus of red dynamic range. I'm like, I wonder how true that was. Okay, so now I got to work on this stuff. This is gonna be one of the lights is mini dropped, and it could compete with red size resolution control because it already had better color. Yeah, Ari's color. Everyone loves Ari's color science and texture and all that stuff. I mean, there's no way around that. Okay, so let's do. Kind of like that. What? Hmm. This is where I'm trying. Oh, okay. I like that. I kind of like that. Let me just see that. I lost some details. Tracking did have 13 stops. You know, with highlight recoveries. Oh, I did not know about highlight recovery adding 1.5 to 2 stops. Now, here's another question for you too. About red cameras, the what was it? HDX or HDRX? Right? Was it that? I think. Did they get rid of that, or did they like just kind of phase that? Not phase it out, but just kind of change it into another name. Because I remember that was an option in Reds at one time in the older models. I don't remember seeing that in like the Komodo when I was playing with that. Okay, let me see how that looks. Okay, that grades off. I'll take that. Kind of don't like that though. But I kind of need to do this though. Okay. HGRX, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, what happened to HDRX? Okay, okay, I like that. I can get behind this. back with a new version called Extended Highlights. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't. I never owned a Red for. I mean, I never owned a Red in general, but like, I remember seeing the HDRX stuff. I thought that was cool. So it's nice to know they kind of brought it back with the extended highlights. So that's nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a show for HDR, even though I can't edit that with my color because I'm not a cool colorist. Wow. Holy schmolies. 18-bit. And I feel like you're trick questioning me here. Do I need 17 stops of dynamic range? Yes and no. I feel like yes you do and sometimes you don't. So it depends. But then again, there's a lot of movies I feel like if you I mean if you look at old, I mean, I'm a huge fan of 70s films, and I don't think film had that dynamic range of 17 stops. But like a lot of films were color timed and timed out and all that stuff, and like they didn't have. I don't think a film doesn't have 17 stops. Like so, I think film has what 13 or something like that, or less than that technically. So like, there's these beautiful images with these great gradations of color to light to dark. And I mean, I know film's different than digital, but still, like, it's just interesting of how you look at old film stock or old films, and like how the color renditions are and stuff like that, and how like we go for this higher dynamic range and shit, and basically we're fighting for this like grayed out image, but and then bringing all the colors back in and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, there's just these beautiful films that were still shot with less dynamic range, and it's like how I don't know. It's maybe I went on a really weird tangent. I feel like for a second. Oh, interesting. Oh, I hear a dog barking. Feather that out a little bit. Let's see how that looks with. Let's see. Okay, mask path. Oh, jeez, it's 2:45 where you are. It's only 11:46 here. What are you doing? Go to bed. No, hurry up. Well, it's been very fun going on these topics. I've enjoyed this conversation. I will not lie to you. I've learned a lot of good information. Thank you, and I appreciate all the information you have given me today. I've learned so much. It's fun to know new things. That, that. Oh, fudge. Oh, Jesus Christmas. Okay. It's a good philosophy to have. It's important to always keep learning, because if you keep learning, it keeps you fresh. I mean, again, also, like, I don't see myself a master of everything. I see or a jack of all trades. I mean, yeah, I don't see myself as a jack of all trades. I like to learn new things. I mean, like, I don't color. I don't know much about the other camera tech that you were talking to me about, but learning about these things that I don't have or know about, it's the wealth of information now that I have it. If someone talks to me about these things, I mention that, bring it up, and it's great. It's always great. You should always be learning. ABC, right? Always be closing, or ABL, always be learning. Jesus, this is a long. I gotta do this twice. This is a long ass goddamn track, even though he's not moving that much, but I just want to track just in case. Listen, it is, but you know what? We can always be learning also, okay? ABL. ABL. That's that. It's a new. It's a new phrase. I bid you adieu as well, good sir. It was good talking to you. I hope to do this again and have you on the live like this again if you are around for that. But it has been fun. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night or have a good morning, whatever you want to call it. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, everyone, I'm gonna get off for the night. I just been a lot of progress. Oh, well, there's now 2 more people in here. So if you're in here, I'm not gonna get off until I'm back to one person. But if you're watching this, I'm tracking. There's not much movement in the scene, but I'm tracking basically the character right here, Brandon's character. Is it? Yeah, right. Oh my god, I'm tracking Brandon's character and basically kind of lightening him up to kind of just have you guys focus on his eye, on his character. But this is a Premiere Pro, and this is how we're tracking. About 7 more minutes till the. I'm gonna finish up for tonight, guys. So I'm just tracking this, and then I have to track the other, uh, the Steve character, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll finish off for the night. This is taking way longer than I expected. It's a lot. I mean, there's not even much movement in this scene. He's just on the stump the whole time. So in that respect, it shouldn't take that long. But you gotta love Premiere. Just, my dog just went through my audio, so I lost my audio. But yeah, we're gonna be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna head off for the night. This is still tracking. I'll probably pick up like another day and continue doing this live. So yeah, we'll probably do sometime tomorrow. I don't know what time. Maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. Well, I'm going out. So I know it's Memorial Day, so maybe we'll just pick this up on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.